.5 million people, 39% of them children, currently experience homelessness every year, as said by Jay Shaft. Do you think that the numbers of this homeless population should be so high? Will these rates increase every year by massive numbers? Homelessness is a huge problem in not just Iowa, but in the United States as well. The whole country is overpopulated by people living on the streets because they simply can't afford to live anywhere else. So don't you think that something should be done to help decrease the population of the homeless people? There are many actions that the government can take, as well as the society itself, to help lower the numbers of the homeless people. The government has many things to deal with, but don't you think that homelessness should be a high priority too? All it takes is for the government to start taking actions to help decrease the amount of homeless people, and everybody else will follow to help progress this method. Stravinsky is somebody who looked into many actions that the government can take to help decrease homeless people. One of his ideas was to create more shelters so that way more people can go to. There is simply not enough shelters for everybody to go to when they need it. And when they can't get there in time, then they are left out on the streets once again. Another idea is to establish a new enrollment method, so that way the government can know where the people are and when they come and go. It can also help people stay at one certain shelter at all times, so that way they can make it so it's fair for everybody. Another huge idea that Stravinsky came up with is to create new homes for the mentally ill and diseased people, so that way they aren't just left out on the streets to care for themselves when they can't. There are so many actions that the government can take to help rid the problem of homeless people in the United States. And it just takes a few people to help make the council realize that this is such a huge problem that needs to be taken into consideration. It's not just the government that is lacking from taking responsibility of lowering the homeless people. It's a society as a whole too. What do you think that people think about when they just walk by somebody who is sitting on the streets or in an alley? Well, instead of just thinking about it and just walking by, try to do something that can help them. Even little things like giving them some money, or as far as giving them some food to eat. These are all things that can help. Marsha Merrick was a lady who tried making a difference in the homeless people's lives. Every day, she would pack sack lunches and deliver them to homeless people all around. She made a huge difference to a lot of people's lives. However, it shouldn't just be Marsha trying to make a difference for the homeless people. It should be everybody working together to try to decrease the amount of homeless people in the United States. Even small things like finding an open spot in a shelter and taking them to that shelter can help them find a home and be safe. Other things, like giving somebody a ride somewhere, even if it's just to the park, can really brighten someone's day when they're used to just living in an alley or living out on the street. The PA Times has made it notice that everybody has to work together to help lower the problem of homeless people. Nobody should have to live through such horrible times. So it is up to us to start taking some drastic measures to start the progress of decreasing the amount of homeless people. So go out and start helping people get to shelters, give them a ride somewhere that they need to go, and maybe give them a little bit of money so that way they can get some food. Anything can help homeless people, and with a little bit of help from a lot of people, it can make a huge difference. Another thing is to start to push the city council and government so that way they can really take notice into this huge problem, because they are the ones that can help this population a lot. So start bringing up ideas about increasing the shelters, having a better enrollment method, and creating some new homes for the mentally ill and diseased. There are so many actions that this government can take to help bring the population of the homeless people down. It only takes one to start this progress, so why not go out and start now?